Basecamp. My name is Tegan and I'm going to be joined on stage by my co-trainer Jessica. And today we are going to be bringing out one of our wildlife ambassadors for you. You might have seen her over in our tropical yards because that's where she currently lives. Her name is Annika and she is about 6 years old. Obviously she's a cat. You guys know what kind of cat she is?
Adorable.
She is adorable. What's another name for this adorable cat? Okay, well, I think I maybe heard it out there somewhere, but Caracal is the type of cat that she is. So Caracals are medium-sized cats that come from Africa. They're kind of medium-sized in that they're in between the small cats like sand cats and the big cats like lions, tigers, leopards. But like all of those other cats, she has special abilities that she can do that other cats can't quite do. And we'll show some of those things off. We'll talk about what makes her unique. So, if you guys look at her right now, it's a really good view. Her back legs are really long. You see how her back legs are a little bit longer than her front legs? And they're really strong looking? Well, that is because she is a jumping cat. So, if you think about it, that makes good evolutionary sense. So, cats, especially cats in Africa, think they're all carnivores, right? They all have to eat meat. But if all the cats in Africa were all going after the same meat, the same type of prey, that could possibly really quickly dwindle that prey population, right? So a lot of these cats have special abilities that they've evolved to catch certain types of prey that maybe other cats or carnivores can't get to. So think of cheetahs, for example. Their special ability is to run really fast. So no other cats can run as fast as a cheetah can run. So cheetahs can catch the really fast prey like gazelle. If you think of a leopard, one of their special abilities is to drag their prey up into a tree. They are really, really great climbers, and other carnivores might not be able to climb those trees. Lions are big predators that hunt in prides, and they use their body size and their strength to take down really large prey like buffalo, zebra, giraffe. Annika's obviously not going to take down those animals, so that's their special ability. Caracal's special ability is jumping. Do you guys, why would they maybe be jumping? What do you think they'd be going after if they were jumping to hunt? Birds, that's right. So Annika is a bird hunting cat. She can jump so high, they can jump well over 10 feet in the air, and they can actually swipe multiple birds out of the air at one time. And caracals are so successful at hunting, they have about an 80% success rate when they hunt, compared to like a lion's percentage of success is only about 10. So a lot of those larger cats aren't successful in most of their hunts, but that's also why they're gorge feeders. Caracals are very successful in the majority of their hunts, and so they can usually hunt for something every day or every other day. They're not necessarily gorge and fast feeders like lions or tigers are. So Annika's getting some of her food out of this enrichment item up here. She doesn't look the most graceful when she does it. She's really good at jumping. She's not necessarily the greatest or the most graceful at climbing. She's not necessarily a climbing cat. She likes to jump up high. They also, like all cats, you know, they like to go up to a high place where they can have a lookout of things that are happening out and about. So that's what Annika likes to do. But as you can see, her footing is a little bit awkward whenever she tries to move around perching a lot. Now Annika came here to us from Nashville Zoo with 3 other kittens when they were a little less than a year old. So we got 4 caracal kittens from Nashville because Nashville, just like us, participates in the species survival plan for caracals. And Annika and a male from another litter are paired here at the zoo. So Annika's mate is named Ficus. He lives over at Wegaforth Bowl. You guys might have seen him do their 2 o'clock show. But those 2 are paired together as a mated pair. And then there are 2 cats from different litters at the safari park that came from Nashville, and those 2 are breeding pairs, and they have had a couple of kittens already. Now you can see something else on Annika that makes her very unique. I'll give you a hint, it's on her head. Looks a little wispy. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Yeah, the ears. Okay, so look at those tall ears. That's very classic of a caracal. So caracals have these tufted ears. Does anybody know why?
I don't know, it's pretty tough to tell.
It's pretty tough to say. Sorry, dad joke. So those little ear tufts, it's thought there's a couple of functions there. So for one of those functions is it kind of does break up that silhouette a little bit because they do live in grasslands. And if they're going to be hunting birds, right, they want to be kind of undercover. So they want to be moving through tall grasses. So they want to do that surprise attack, right, to catch those birds. So also, those little ear tufts, let's say she's hunched down in some tall, dry grass. And then there's these little black wispies that are kind of going like this. That might look like a caterpillar or some kind of bug, right? And what eats those kinds of bugs? Birds. And what does she hunt? Birds. So that's kind of her way of like luring in her prey to make them
plenty
come
of spots
to her.
open that nobody's sitting in.
So that's how she does that, which is actually a pretty cool evolutionary trait. Now Annika is a very great caracal to work with. So caracals, their personality,
1 o'clock.
obviously every individual has their own personality. Anita, wow. We have an employee named Anita, so I just said Anita. Annika is actually very mellow for a caracal. When she got here, we did a lot of work building that trust and building that relationship. But I've worked with some caracals that they really only like 3 or 4 people, and they won't work for others. But Annika has been pretty comfortable, pretty confident, and we've done a lot of work with her to make sure she's comfortable and confident whenever she comes out to new areas. So we're able to do a lot of really cool training with her besides program training. So she is trained to come out here and do these programs. We also take her on walks throughout the zoo. So if you're ever here on a random day, you don't know, you might see Annika or one of our other ambassadors walking around the zoo in a random spot. We also can do ultrasound training with her, which is really cool. So she allows us to go in with her and do an ultrasound. Our vets bring their equipment down to her habitat. We call her into one of the back housing bedrooms. And then we have a trainer who's working with her, feeding her, paying attention to her behavior. And then our veterinarian who's there doing the ultrasound can put gel on her belly, can use the ultrasound wand, just like the same wand that they use on us mommies when we have babies. And we're able to check and see if she is pregnant or not. So that's some pretty cool training that we do with her. Now, all of the food she's getting up here is meat. We can offer her different kinds of meat, but we can't offer her different foods than meat. So unlike some of our other animals that have an omnivorous diet, they can eat meat, but they can also eat fruits and vegetables. Annika is what we call an obligate carnivore. That means she has to eat meat. We cannot supplement her diet with anything else. But she is getting some different types. So she's getting some muscle meat, some bull meat, some beef heart, and other organ meat. She also gets whole prey items like mice or larger rodents. That's more kind of enrichment items for her, but she does get those as well. They're not fed live. I know that question was coming. Whoops, scared. She heard a noise, so that's why she just got a little scared. Door slammed. So even though she is kind of a medium-sized cat, these cats can also be prey as well as predators. So obviously we talked about her prey items. She predates birds. But there are other potentially larger cats or larger carnivores in Africa where she comes from that could prey on her. So she, for example, wouldn't be able to battle or fight off a leopard or a cheetah or a lion for prey, right? That could be very dangerous for her to do.
Good girl.
Does anybody have any questions or anything that they're wondering about Annika? So unlike some of the cats in Africa, she is a daytime hunter, whereas lions or leopards are more nocturnal hunters. Usually animals are awake when their prey is awake. And because she eats birds, birds are awake during the day, so she goes hunting after them during the day. Other animals that some of the larger cats hunt are awake at night, so they're awake at night hunting. Yep, I see a question, a hand out here. Will she make babies? We're trying. We're really trying. I think we need to have another birds and bees talk with her and Ficus because nothing has happened yet, but we're trying. They are independent, yes. So unlike lions that are social cats and live in large groups called prides, caracals are very solitary. Usually you would only see more than one together if it was a male that came together for a female for breeding purposes, like if it was her cycling time of the year, or if a mom had babies. And usually when they have babies, they have anywhere from like 1 to 4. I think 2 to 3 is usually average.
You said. Thank you. Wait.
Okay. We're going to get ready to take Annika back. Thank you guys all for stopping by and hanging out with us. And have a good rest of the day at the zoo.
She doesn't wave. I'm just waiting for her.
Bye, Annika. So that's at the 1 o'clock Basecamp presentation. San Diego Zoo. Bye, guys.